Kay Center, City Council member of the City of Morristown. I'm here with Rich DeGrossler. I'm going to let Rich introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Rich DeGrossler, Lakeway Area Metropolitan Transportation Planning Organization, and I not only do road projects, but I also work on transit projects as well.
And they work in conjunction with the city to provide city bus service called the Lakeway Transit Center. And today, Rich and I want to talk to you about that. Rich is the one that heads this project up for the city and works with Lakeway Transit. So Rich, would you tell us about the Lakeway Transit system?
Lakeway Transit is a fixed route service within Morristown. There are 3 fixed routes. This thing started back in 2018. We did a feasibility study. Realized that yes, we do need a transit system, fixed route system here in Morristown. That became a reality February 16, 2021. And started off kind of slow during COVID, but things are actually starting to pick up. And we're actually trying to expand, add more bus stops, locations throughout the city.
And Rich, where do we serve now?
There are 3 routes, basically serves the central core of Morristown. Morris Boulevard, West AJ Highway is pretty much the commercial route, and the other 2 routes, the blue route and green route, are more residential in nature.
Rich, let's talk about the benefits of the Lakeway Transit system for our general public. You had told me that there was a study that you initiated before all this was implemented, and that as a result of that study, you found out that 30% of the households in this area did not have access to public transportation or to any type of transportation, a bicycle, a car, anything else. Would you tell us then how that brought you to the point of where we are now?
Right, so all that information comes from like U.S. Census data, and then that study was done from AECOM, was the one that did the studies for us. So that was actually kind of shocking to me, that number being that high. But there's still people that, aren't 15, 16 years old to drive a vehicle. They need transportation. There may be people that are unable to drive anymore. There's actually people with disabilities, all that, unable to drive. They need some way to get to the grocery stores, get to medical facilities, that kind of thing.
And where are we taking these individuals when we pick them up that they can't get to unless they do have this service available to them?
There are 3 fixed routes in Morristown. There's one mainly commercial, but we got stops at HealthStar Physicians, go to Super Walmart in the East End, various grocery stores, apartment complexes throughout the central core of Morristown.
And I understand that what we're doing right now is that you're evaluating based upon suggestions from your individuals in the general public who are using this service and adding additional stops along the way.
Currently there's 67 stops, and we're about ready to add about 30 more stops throughout the city. On the same existing routes, actually we're going to alter them a little bit, but nothing's being taken away, we're just adding.
So what that says to me is that the Lakeway Transit System, and Rich is the one who's over that for Morristown, City of Morristown, is open to suggestions and very sensitive to the needs of our community and our general public. Rich, you told me that, and it was shocking to me to know that there are about 25,000 times that individuals have taken this transit system to make their destinations.
That was in the past year, and which is actually a good thing. Those are numbers that are actually getting back up to like pre-COVID numbers. Before it's just demand response in the whole Lakeway area, but now with the fixed route, we're trying to compare apples to apples, that type of thing.
Well, I think that really shows that there is a need, and we're trying to address that need, and we're open to suggestions for additional bus stops or so that individuals can have that close to them in their neighborhoods. Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Rich, thank you. You have taken us through what the Lakeway Transit System is, and we've talked about the benefits to our general public and ridership in using this. Now we have an opportunity to work with the students at All Saints School. They are interested in working in a class this summer which is all about technology, and are they have chosen as a real life experience to work with developing a prototype app for the Lakeway Transit System and the ridership of the public that is using this. Now, you being so immersed in this, what are two areas that you think that the students at All Saints could concentrate on to help make their use of the transit system more user-friendly?
Basically, to make we can have a website, lakewaytransit.com, but not everyone has access to a computer, but most people do have a smartphone. And yes, you can pull up the internet on the phone, but if you have an app, it will make it a little bit easier. So I think that would be one way that it would help make a more simplified version of the website.
So if they want to know what time the buses begin their routes, or where the routes take them, they'll be able to do that?
Basically show a map, and routes start from 7 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night. Times are shown at different stops throughout the city, just basically showing something of that nature.
So they're developing an app. Would it make it more user-friendly by having a link to a specific topic that they're interested in?
Correct.
So then what we're doing is, you know well, with all of your work that you have to do in many areas with Lambtow, that if you don't have to recreate the wheel, don't do it. So what they're going to do is help make what is already in place more user-friendly.
Correct.
Do you think that'll be a benefit to long-term?
Yes. Everyone's smartphones are here to stay. It's not going away, and so having an app make things a little more simpler to get to and access information. I think it's be better in the long run for everyone.
Well, you and I both know that we work with all ages in each one of our areas that we are in. I've been on the city council for a number of years and have enjoyed working with all age groups and all individuals from our general public. And as a previous school teacher, I taught high school for a number of years. And Rich, I know you know that. Your wife is in education. She's a speech therapist, you said, and works with all ages. And we know that out of the mouth of babes, many times, you have the greatest ideas. So these students who are ages in grades 5 through 12, what do you think they're going to do for us?
Ideas. Everyone has great ideas. Doesn't matter how young or how old you are. People just gotta listen, understand what people need, and make it work.
So we're excited about what All Saints students are going to do. We think that you're going to come up with something that's going to be tremendous. We are very open to listening to that and taking that in, and Rich will share that with the individuals that he works with at the Lakeway Transit Center, and he also works with ETHRA, so this may be something that ETHRA might want to adopt as well. So we're excited about seeing what you produce, and we'll be there on July 28th at 10 o'clock when you bring your presentations to us. And I think that Rich is also going to be able to make arrangements for you to see one of these Lakeway Transit buses on the first day, July 24th, when you start your class. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Rich, thank you for all of your expertise. And I have to say that this is something that's really near and dear to the heart of Rich, because he wants to make sure that our general public is able to have the transportation that they, as he found in his survey, were not 30%, you said.
From that study we had, it was like around 30%.
So we want to cut that in half at least. And I think by having 25,000 riders in the year 2022, that we're well on our way. Thank you very much, Rich.
I appreciate all the work that's being put into this, and thank everyone that's going to do this.
We'll see you on the 28th.